Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we're going to talk about why the Godfather trilogy is the best movie trilogy that is made. I've seen a lot of trilogies, I've seen a lot of movies in my life, and I can say that none come that close to how well this entire trilogy was made. None of those three movies are bad, they're all masterpieces. They're all great. There will be some spoilers in this video, but not that much since I'm not going into each movie individually. I'm going to talk a little bit about each movie, but overall I'm going to talk about the trilogy as it's made. You don't usually plan a trilogy, but you adjust your plan to it. With that out of the way, let's get started. Now let's start with the first movie, and I have to say what makes the first movie so great is overall the story they're telling. The writers did an excellent masterpiece there, but there is one other aspect, or there are multiple, but there's one that is more important than the rest, and that is when they got Marlon Brando to play Don Vito Corleone. If they had gotten any other actor to play this character, I think the movie would not be that great. Look, his son, an excellent character, especially the main protagonist, but this character was so well written, so well crafted, that again, with any other actor, I don't think you could have make it such a success as it was. I also like some part of the character is that even the character is not a good person, he's still an honorable man. He has a sense of honor. When he gives his word to someone, he will do his best to keep it. And more importantly, he loves his family. He was not going after the trader because he knew the trader in the first movie was his son-in-law, and he did not want to make his daughter a widow. So he would not have had his other son killed for betrayal. He had a really great love for his family. But when his other son Michael Corleone took over, things changed drastically. He tried first to stay out of his family's criminal empire. Unfortunately, he ended up in it, and it turns out he will become worse than his father. Look, he probably loved his father, that is said in the movies, but he become even more ruthless, more vile than his father was. But I like the way they ended that movie with the whole war with the families, where he orchestrated a plan to execute every last rival family leader. He was capable, he was intelligent, and that was shown here. Now for the second movie, we can see that they tried to up the story, make it better. My opinion is the first one is better, but the second is still a great movie with two of the most iconic scenes in the franchise. And this is the one that shows how Michael keeps becoming more ruthless over time. He's worse than his father, but he is smart, he is intelligent, he knows how to play the game. And one part of me that made me lose respect for the character also showed how far he had fallen, not only with killing his brother, but also with hitting his now ex-wife. That was a dirty move, and it showed that he become worse and worse. And finally, we have part 3 of the Godfather trilogy. Although it is the weakest in the franchise, it's still a really great movie, in my honest opinion. And it shows how this life leaves you ultimately with nothing most of the times. Michael did have everything at one point, but then he started losing it because he's become worse and worse of a person. And in this movie, he's trying to leave that life behind and become a legitimate businessman, which can be respected. But that is not where the highlight ends, because he be dragged back into the criminal side, and he ends up mentoring one of the characters. So you can see that he's trying to be better, trying to escape it, but being dragged back into it. That is one of the things that made this a great movie. You can't always escape your past, and he certainly couldn't. And that past, coming back to destroy him, the life he used to have is coming back, and he can't escape. And when it all comes in the end, he, when we believe he's the one getting shot, it's revealed that it is his daughter Mary that has been killed. Really destroyed him, because she was everything he wanted to remain before he took over his father's empire. He was innocent. She did not get involved in the family business. She was loyal. She was good-hearted. And she was smart in business. Some people underestimated her. And I think that she was one of the most capable people that did not end up corrupt of it. So it's really sad when she dies. But then the beauty of it comes. I said earlier that his father was not a good man. He was a mafia and a criminal, but he had a stronger sense of honor. He would not start killing his own family. He would try to have some morals. That his father wasn't as evil as he became. His father died while his grandson was around him. He died happily with his grandson around, not dying alone. Michael dies with lots of regrets and alone. That is what I think this had the perfect ending for him. You can't always escape a bad life that is bad because of your own choices. And that's it for this video. Do you guys like this trilogy, or do you dislike this trilogy? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're wondering, I'm using another editing program on this video because I had some problems with Wondershare for a while back. So I decided that trying to use some others from time to time could be a clever move if I want to be prepared in case something happens with another ones I use, so that I always have option. Wondershare is my primary go-to when it comes to making videos, but I will not be dependent on one program for it, in case you were wondering. And now I will say this, I hope to see you all again next time!